Greetings and salutations, everyone. This is Jeffrey Mills, aka Swedish Jeff, 2024, and this is not going to be an unboxing video, but this is going to be a post-game, post-unboxing video, and just wanted to recap Game 1 of the 1981 ALCS, the one that might have been, could have been, but wasn't. And as you can see here, I have my makeshift score sheet and notebook here with the final score. I had to make a correction. It was 4-2 Milwaukee over Oakland here. And I'm going to just read the results here. It was Milwaukee 4-2. 2 runs for the Oakland A's, 4 hits, no errors. For Milwaukee, it was 4 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error. And there were some long balls hit in this game here. I had my very first 66 roll, and it was a home run by Dwayne Murphy of the Oakland A's. And right after that, Wayne Gross hit a home run. And there was also a home run by Rockin' Robin Yount. And last but not least was a walk-off home run by Gorman Thomas, which won the game 4-2. And let me go ahead and take a look here at the pitching statistics here. Excuse me. So, final line here. Mike Norris of the Oakland A's went 8 innings, gave up 2 earned runs, 8 hits, no walks, and 1 strikeout. Dave Beard got the loss, and he pitched 1 inning, gave up 2 runs, 2 hits, no walks, no strikeouts. Moose Haas of the Milwaukee Brewers went 7, gave up 2 earned runs, 3 hits, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. Bob McClure pitched 1 inning of relief, gave up 2 earned runs, 1 hit, no walks, and that's a mistake. I apologize for that. He did not give up any earned runs. So I apologize for that. That was 1 inning pitch for Bob McClure. No runs, 1 hit, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. And for Raleigh Fingers, 1 inning pitched. He got the win. No runs, no hits, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. Okay. So Milwaukee takes a 1-0 lead in this LCS best of 5. And let me see if I can find this result here. If I go to Milwaukee, Gorman Thomas, where is it at? Where are you at, Gorman? This was, yeah, right here. And you can see I marked, I apologize for my bad handwriting here, right here. Caught stealing. Gorman Thomas, excuse me, Gorman Thomas attempted to steal third in the 7th inning. He led off with a double. It was a tie game. And you talk about a rare play. I mean, Gorman Thomas, well known for his power, not well known for his speed. He gets thrown out. And you know that he had to go back to the dugout and just be thinking, what was I thinking? Well, he redeemed himself in the 9th inning here with this home run to center field. 2-run homer off of Dave Beard, and I'm sure Billy Martin was beside himself with that one. So that was the game today, and I would like to play Game 1 of the NLCS, which would be the Cincinnati Reds and St. Louis Cardinals. I'm going to go ahead and put this notebook to the side here. And here we have the Cincinnati Reds and the St. Louis Cardinals here. And I apologize, I didn't really get a chance to finish the unboxing earlier today, but just wanted to kind of go over the rosters a little bit here. This is Milwaukee. I'm going to go ahead and open them up here. And let's see. One second here. Milwaukee Brewers. Okay. This is the final roster here. Let me go back here. So this is the lineup that we had today. And what I did was I went to Retro Sheet and looked at the postseason lineups that the Oakland A's and the Milwaukee Brewers had. And I also went to the APBA site to look up the most frequently used lineups that year. So this was the lineup today, for example, for the Milwaukee Brewers. Paul Molitor led it off. Rockin' Robin Yount batting second. Cecil Easy Cooper batting third. Batting cleanup and playing catcher was Ted Simba Simmons. Batting fifth was Benji Ogilvy in left field. And the aforementioned Stormin Gorman Thomas, who had that walk-off home run. And how many home runs did he hit that year? 21. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Roy Howell was the third baseman today, or tonight, if you will. Mark Bruhard was the designated hitter. James Elmer, Jim Gantner was at second base. And those were the starters here for Milwaukee. These are the bench players here. Charlie Moore behind the plate. Ed Romero. Don Money. And we got Sal Bando. Thad Bosley was on that team. Larry Heisel. And then we get, I think it was the last of the hitters, yes. So then I went to my pitchers here, and these were the pitchers. Moose Haas, who started tonight's game. Next game starter will be Mike Caldwell. And then there's Randy the Blade Lurch. He would go in game 3. And game 4, if necessary, Pete Vukovich. Jim Slayton, who is kind of a long reliever guy that you can have in the bullpen. Bob McClure, who pitched 1 inning of relief tonight. Jamie Easterly. Dwight Bernard. And, hello. Raleigh Fingers, of course, you know who Raleigh Fingers is. And Reggie Cleveland. And that is your 1981 Milwaukee Brewers. So that's how that roster goes. 25 players on the roster. And then we're going to go to Oakland now. So let me get out the Oakland A's. One moment. Okay. So leading off, of course, Rico Henderson. And Dwayne Murphy in center field. Clifford Heathcliff Johnson was the designated hitter. Tony Armas in right field. Wayne Gross at third base. Jim Spencer at first base. Keith Drumright was the second baseman. Mike Heath was behind the plate. And Fred Chicken Stanley at shortstop. And then that was the starting lineup. And then the bench for the Oakland A's, Jeff Newman, Kelvin Moore, Mark Babbitt, Shooty Babbitt, and Dave McKay, Rob Piccolo, Mickey Klutz, Rick Bassetti, and that was the offense, the hitters. And now the pitching staff, Mike Norris, who started tonight. Next game starter will be Steve McCaddy. Game 3 starter scheduled is Rick Langford. Game 4, if necessary, Matt Keogh. And then Brian Kingman, who would be, he has started and was also in the bullpen. Although Billy rarely used his bullpen, Billy Martin. Tommy Underwood, rest in peace, former Philly. Bob Ochinko, I think Tommy Underwood was actually traded to St. Louis in the Bake McBride deal, if I recall. Bob Ochinko in the bullpen. Dave Beard, the aforementioned Dave Beard. Jeff Jones. And, yep, that is it. And what I did with the players that did not make the playoff roster is I put them behind these cards here. So we'll put those off to the side. And then we have Cincinnati and St. Louis. So let's just take a look here let's peruse, if you will. Oh, hello. Sorry about that. One moment here. Take a look at the Reds. Sorry about that. And here we go. Okay. And I'm going to have to finalize these rosters here, but this is the Cincinnati Reds of 1981. We have Herman Branca, Johnny J.B. Bench, Bruce Bullets Berenier, Larry Bittner, and Scott Brown, David Rapid City Rabbit Collins, Jeff Combe, Dave Concepcion. Some of these names probably sound familiar. Dan Coat. Oh, come on. Really? Seriously, Dan? No. There's only one Cobra, and it's Dave Parker. All right, but Dan Dreesen was a very good hitter, very good player. Benny Joe Edelin. Let's see. Neil Fiala. And George Yahtzee Foster. Wow. Ken Griffey Sr., Paul Householder. I think Householder was, I always remember seeing him like on the Topps cards, like the Topps baseball card, top prospects. And for whatever reason, he never quite panned out, but was a decent player, but never quite turned out like they thought he would. And now we get to the pitchers. Tom Hume. Why is Tom Hume in with the hitters? That's weird. Okay. Junior, okay, it's in alphabetical order. My apologies. Hume, Junior Kennedy, Ray Knight, Mike Lacoste, Rafael Landis-Toy, Charlie Leibrandt. Wow. Did not realize that he was with the Reds until not that long ago. Charlie Leibrandt, Sam Mejias, Eddie Milner, Greyhound, Paul Mosky, okay, Moscow, Joe Nolan. Oh, excuse me. Pick up that card. We have Mike O'Berry, Ron Oster, Frank Pastore, Joe Price. Okay, here we go. Tom Seaver, more than likely will be the #1 starter of Game 1. Mario Soto, and last but not least is, let me go back, sorry about that, Mike Vail. So those are your Reds. I have to finalize that roster here. And then we got the St. Louis Cardinals. This is the other team here, and we're going to get the Cardinals out. Some of these names are going to sound familiar, I am sure. And let me get this over here. Okay. So we have Joaquin Andujar. Rest in peace. Great pitcher. And he could be the #1, Game 1 starter. Doug Bear, Stephen Braun, Tudor Braun. Who else? Glenn Brummer, Luis De Leon, have Robert Forsch. Actually, Bob Forsch was the starting pitcher. The very first game that I ever saw was at Veterans Stadium in June of 1978. And Larry Christensen was on the mound for the Phillies. Bob Forsch, rest in peace, he was on the mound for the Cardinals. And, of course, the Phillies lost. Every game that I have ever been to, the team that I was rooting for has lost. That is a fact. But it was still wonderful. I have great memories of that. My very first game, I was only 6 at the time. But my grandparents took me there. And, you know, I will always treasure that memory. Bob Forsch, Julio Gonzalez, David Green, Casaya, Silent George Hendrick, Keith Hernandez, Mex, Tommy Herr, we have Dane Orge, Jim Kitty Cat, Tito Landrum, Dave, what does that say, Snacks LaPointe, Sixto Lezcano, Mark Country Littell, John Robert Martin, Silvio Martinez, Ken Obi Obertfell, Jim Otten. What else we got here? Daryl D. Porter, Mike Ramsey, Andy Rincon, Eugene Roof. I'm going to use my other hand here and switch off here. Orlando Sanchez, Bob Don't Call Me Shirley, Larry Sorensen, Bruce Sutter. Bruce Sutter, rest in peace, one of the best closers ever. Bob Sykes, Gary Templeton, soon to be on his way to San Diego. And then last but not least is Fury Gene Tennis. Okay, so there are your 1981 St. Louis Cardinals. I want to go ahead and put these cards away. One set that I was going to show, let me show you what I did here earlier. I organized the cards. I put them all based on their divisions. So here we have the American League East, the American League West, and here I have the National League West here, and then the National League East. Just kind of changed up a little bit. And this is some of the other items that came with the game. Off to the side here, this is the 2023 teams. Arizona Diamondbacks, Philadelphia Phillies, Texas Rangers, and Houston Astros. I don't know if I'll be playing those teams. But it has been so much fun playing this game. And before I finish up here, I just want to show one more team here. One more team, which is the Los Angeles Dodgers. This is the team that won the World Series in 1981. They are not in the playoffs here. So let's go ahead and we're not unboxing. We are opening this envelope. May I have the envelope, please? Okay. And what would Vin Scully say if he was looking at these cards? If Vin Scully was here, I imagine that he would say, and here we have the 1981 Los Angeles Dodgers with ABBA, and this is the season that the Los Angeles Dodgers took on the New York Yankees and won the championship. And here are the cards for that game. We have, in the first card here is Johnny B. Jr. Dusty Baker. Immediately following is Mark Bradley, Robert Bobo Castillo, Ronald Charles Penguin Say. We have Terry J. Haas Forster. And here is Pepe Frias, a wonderful name. And we have Stephen Patrick Popeye Garvey. And Garvey, of course, a man who is certain to be a sure Hall of Famer in the future. Dave Goltz. We have the catcher here, Jerry Grody. Side note, he just recently passed away, and rest in peace to Jerry Grody. And here, Pedro P. Guerrero, Bert Happy Hooten, Steve Howe, Jay Johnstone, Kenny Landreau, KT Landreau, Davey Lopes, Candy Maldonado, Mike Marshall, Bobby Mitchell, Rick Monday, and we all know Rick had quite a day, a Blue Monday for Montreal Expos fans. Tom Niedenfuhr, Alejandro Slow Pena, Jack Perconti, Ted Power, Viejo Power, Jerry Rolls Royce, Ronald Rags Renicky, Bill Russell, Steven Saxy Sachs. We have Michael Lumpy Sosha, Reggie Smith, David Keith Smoke Stewart. I don't know about you, But I think that this young man here certainly has a lot of potential. And I think that this young pitcher will have a very good career. But you never know in this game, and you never know in this life where there are no absolutes. And we have here Rick Sutcliffe, who was the 1979 Rookie of the Year in the National League. Darryl Thomas, DT, and of course, who could possibly forget Fernando Freddie Valenzuela, who was the Cy Young Award winner and Rookie of the Year award winner for 1981. Gary Weiss at shortstop. We have Bob Welch, not to be confused with the former lead guitarist of Fleetwood Mac. And last but not least, we have Steve Yeager. And ladies and gentlemen, you have your 1981 Los Angeles Dodgers. I have to say, well, I don't have to say it, but I choose to say it, that this team, I think, deserves a little bit more credit than they deserve, because they had battled for many years, battling the Philadelphia Phillies, and they did get to the World Series twice in a row and had to face those damn Yankees, and they lost both times. But they did come back in 1981 and did play those Yankees, and this time they were successful. Well, it doesn't turn out that way with this APA replay, but I certainly think that this team should be remembered as one of the best. Okay. All right. So let me just say in closing here that I have had so much fun playing this game today. And I hadn't played it in years, and I've been watching all of these videos of people. I mean, I have been obsessive for like the past couple of weeks just watching Dave and Al and so many people. I mean, there are so many names. I could go on and on and on. And not just the baseball, but the football game as well. And I gotta tell you, this has just been so much fun to play. And I want to definitely delve into the advanced rules. I don't have the master game. I haven't gotten that yet. I would say that the training wheels are still on, and I am not ready to take the training wheels off just yet. But it is soon. It is soon. And Dave had asked me earlier, how was it? It was better than I expected it. This game is just so much fun. And I know it was a crazy day with the unboxing video, but I'm glad that everybody seemed to like it and everybody really enjoyed it. So thank you for that. And thankfully it wasn't the football game that came first. Can you imagine that unboxing video with all those cards? Oh my goodness. But this is the 1981 season, and I'm going to go ahead and continue to play the postseason and see what happens. And I will be posting about it. And then once I get more familiar with the game, I would like to do a replay of that season and just to see what happens. It's a great what-if project, I think, because I don't know how many games got canceled. About 60 games, I think it was, that got wiped out because of the strike. And I remember that year, I was 9 years old that year. And school had ended around the first week of June. And I was going, yay, I get to watch all this baseball now. And then, no baseball for 2 months. By the time it came back, I was already getting ready to go back to school. So it was, very disappointing. And for many years, I have wondered, like, what would have happened had they played those games or played that season in its entirety? Well, now I have a way to do that with this game. And I will just say in conclusion here that you get what you pay for. This is a great game. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. Have a wonderful night. I'll see you soon.